Hi, I'm Dr. Nathan Newman, the creator of Luminesce and the RVL hair care system. I'm going to talk about our products, how we brought this to Jeunesse, and how actually the story of Jeunesse came to be. We're celebrating 11 years of Jeunesse, and I've been doing my stem cell research and therapy in my clinic in Beverly Hills for the last 20 years. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what stem cells are and what led us to the discovery of all the products and all the technology that's behind it. Stem cells are found in every part of our body. They are defined as cells that can duplicate themselves. They can become any other kind of cell. They're called multipotent. So their function is to heal and repair tissues. So when something is damaged, they go in and they replace it, repair it, and that's how we rejuvenate. In my clinic, I use autologous fat, means fat from your own body to yourself, because fat has the most amount of stem cells. I take the fat, concentrate the stem cells that are found in between the fat cells, and then inject it back for cosmetic, reconstructive, for joints, for autoimmune disease, for wound repair. And this is the gentleman that really got me the passion and the idea behind the whole technology that we're going to present to you. He came to me because he had a cancer that was removed from his face. He had a big hole. He had radiation done on that area. So it was just scar on bone, and he was in constant agony and pain because the nerve endings were trapped within the scar. And he had gone to all the different hospitals, Mayo Clinic, everywhere, to try to get this improved and get some relief. But every time they would try to do something to improve it, the skin would start to die and they would have to stop the procedure. So he had heard about me doing stem cells. He came to me and said, will you help me? Will you help get rid of this pain? And I said, I'm not sure how well it will work or how many times we need to do it, but we can try. And it took me 2 years and 8 treatments, about 3 months apart. And it was life-changing for him and for me because, as you can see, the hole was gone, the jawline was back, his pain had gone, and the skin wasn't burnt from the radiation anymore. And I knew that the stem cells had a lot to do with how all those changes were doing. We then looked at the patients who were doing cosmetic surgery for just injecting the stem cells and looking at them and saying, what are the changes we're seeing in the skin? And the changes were happening very, very quickly, just like in the first case. And this is something we weren't expecting. So we said, this is something that the cells are secreting that's causing all the change, and not the cells themselves. I opened my laboratory. We started researching this with my team of scientists, and we looked to see what these cells are producing. And we found, based on how we grow the cells, what conditions we do, these cells produce different factors that are used to communicate with one another. And those factors are either for antioxidation, or they have anti-inflammatory properties. Some of them are good for wound healing, some of them are good for pigmentation, some of them are good for sort of moving things around. So we looked at all those different scenarios, and we figured out how to also do it not only in human cells, but also in plant cells, because plant cells also have stem cells, and they basically produce the same kind of factors, and their factors can talk to human cells. So we were able to create what is called the advanced polypeptide technology, 200, APT200, and the hair polypeptide technology, HPT6. For the APT200 was for the skin, and that goes into the Luminesce serum, and the HPT6 is the RVL hair products. And because these peptides that are produced by the cells are universal, they are good for all skin types, all skin colors, and can be used on any part of the body. So about 9 years ago, I started noticing that I'm losing my hair. And I said, okay, I've tried everything except hair transplant, and I'm not getting anywhere. I'm still losing my hair. There's got to be something these stem cells can do to help get my hair back. So 9 years I worked, and I looked at what causes hair loss. So androgenic hair loss is male pattern hair loss, is basically from the hormones, and it's genetically predetermined, and it's different in men and women. Both men and women can get androgenic hair loss. In women, it's more diffuse, it's all over the scalp, and in men, it's usually on the front and the top. And the hair grows very slowly. So if you have an iPhone, it's about 5 inches long, that's the amount of hair that will grow in 1 year. And the hair doesn't grow all at the same time. Some of the hair grows now, some of them are resting, some are shedding, and there's a cycle, and that's why we don't get bald and have hair, because not all of them are in the same cycles. And that's one of the important things that we're looking at, how to get the hairs to go back into the growth phase. In the last 20 to 30 years, there's only been like 2 medications that have been made for hair, approved for hair. None of them were made for hair. One was minoxidil, which was a heart problem, and finasteride comes from a prostate problem. And they both have a lot of side effects. And I said, there's got to be something better, because we know our stem cell factors don't give us any of those side effects. We published our findings from our studies in a scientific journal, and we found that 6 plants were in those combinations that we were doing. Like we said, the environment is very important. The environment with these 6 plants gave us the most amount of signals for the hair. And if you look in this experiment that we did in our laboratory, the top row is stem cells that are grown in normal condition, and the bottom row, the stem cells are grown with HPT6. And you can see the hair, the stem cells are transitioning to hair cells. And we knew that we had it, but it was a little bit too late for me, because you still need to have the follicles to get them to grow. So in my clinic, there was a girl who had lost some of the hair. She used it, and we saw the amazing results, and we said, great, we're gonna do it. So basically, we are celebrating 11 years, not 10 years. And I met 10 years ago Randy and Wendy, who came to my office in Beverly Hills. They're the most amazing, amazing people you've ever met. They're all heart. They always want to give. And I'm very blessed to have them in my life. And I will share with you what happened. So Randy came to get some stem cell treatments to his knee because he had some knee pain. We did the treatment, and then we were talking about the stem cells, what else we can do with it. And Wendy saw a bottle of product on my shelf, and she goes, what is this? And I told her the story about how we made the HPT6 and the APT200. And the APT200, she said, okay, great, let me take some bottles. She took it, and she went, and after a few days, she calls me. She goes, okay, we're opening a company called Luminesce, and we're going to sell this product, and we're going to share this technology with the world. And that vision of sharing this technology was my dream. So I'm very blessed to be part of this. And since then, Luminesce has become a global company, has become a household name. And thanks to Scott Lewis and Isabel, who have really been the visionary leaders of the company and bringing us the most amazing products. So I think also the most important part of this is the synergy between them and our leaders, you guys, who really have put things in the same passion that we have into your lives, bringing this to every household and to your friends and to your acquaintances, and making Luminesce the success that it is. And I'm forever grateful to all of you. Thank you. Let's talk a little bit about the products. The products themselves are based on the APT200, on that technology, that is exclusive to Jeunesse. It's a novel concept in skincare, and because it is natural and it can do all the things that we said it can do, it doesn't need any of these carriers. It doesn't need all the parabens or sulfates or harsh chemicals like hydroquinones. So the products are very unique, and they're very good for the skin, and they're made to work synergistically together. And they all have different combinations of products. So the serum APT200 goes to work with other antioxidants in our products, and I'll show you. This is after seeing all these things. One of my patients came to me. She says, "Okay, let me try it on one hand." She goes, she tries it on one hand, comes back after a month and says, "Oh my God, look how well it worked." I said, "Great, now go use it on your other hand, your face, your neck, and then let's everything match." And we also did a third-party study because I wanted to make sure that it was not just me telling you it does. We send it to a laboratory that does all the testing for the major cosmetic companies to test our products, and it was amazing results that we got in terms of improvement in the fine lines, improvement in the pigmentation, and what was amazing, 100% of the people said that they would recommend the products to their friends and families, and they will use it themselves. I've never seen such a thing in any study that we've looked at in the past. So here's some examples of the study that we did. Shows you the improvement in the lines, the deep lines, the fine lines, and here's an example of another person who used it. You can see the lines around the eyes are much better. They also did a pigment count to see how well the skin discoloration will improve and the pigments will improve, and it was much better. We also did a study looking at the luminosity of the skin, how brightening effect it has. And you can see after 3 months, this patient of mine who used it had a lot of improvement. And you can see how much improvement you can, over 100% improvement in just 4 weeks in terms of luminosity. And here is the actual study that they did. They do a reverse photo so that it shows you the amount of luminosity. And I'm just going to show you a couple of pictures that shows it can work on different kinds of pigmentation. And we're going to talk about how to use the products a little bit. So the products are made to work in 3 steps. Any good skincare, in my mind, is to clean the skin, treat it, revitalize it with APT200, and then lock it in with moisturizers and protection. So we have the cleanser that is very gentle. It will take off the dirt, open up the pores, and get the skin ready for the best result in terms of the absorption of the APT200. The APT200, the serum, is the most concentrated amount of APT200 of any product that we have. This is the powerhouse of the whole system. If there is one product that everybody should be using twice a day, is this product. So use it twice a day, morning and night, on clean skin. This is the first thing that goes on the skin. And then afterwards, you can apply the brightener on the skin. This has the growth factors, APT200, that are made for improving the discoloration of the skin. Then you put on in the mornings the moisturizer with the sunscreen. It has SPF of 30, which protects you from 98% of the sun rays. I would reapply it if you're going to be out in the sun for more than 2 hours. And at night, you can use the Advanced Night Repair, which is a little bit richer, to give you a little bit more moisturization at night. And some people like to use our masks over the products. Some people like to use the mask before the product. The way we originally made the mask was, the ultimate lifting mask was to sort of clean the pores, give you a little bit of exfoliation, and get the skin ready for the absorption of the APT200. Other people have found that if you put the serum on and put on the mask, you're going to get a good result as well. So the ultimate lifting mask we call it lifting mask because it actually lifts the skin, gives you a little bit tightening effect, gives you a little bit of a rejuvenated effect. So you put that on at night or in the morning before you go to an important meeting. And the HydroShield mask was made to hydrate you and protect you from the environment. It leaves a mesh on the skin. These two are made to be used at least once a week, but they're gentle enough that you can use it every day. The Luminesce body renewal is made with the combination of all the antioxidants and the APT200 to treat the skin on the body. So I would use that after a shower. I'm going to show you some pictures of the skin improvement, and you can see in just a few days or a few weeks, even young people, old people had tremendous improvement in the quality of the skin, in the overall look of the skin. I met her in Australia. She shows me this picture. She goes, "This is me, this is my mother." And then she laughed. She goes, "No, that's me. I used the product for 6 weeks, and this is the results." And I was blown away, and I want to share it with you. I met Yolanda Halson, who's a makeup artist to the stars. She had created a spray makeup so that you could get this HD definition, high definition airbrush look. And I sort of said to her, that's a great idea. We should put our product in there, the APT200, and have it also treat the skin. Not only you won't have makeup causing you to break out and having products that are not so good for your skin, we can make an ultimate product that can benefit you and also make your skin look good. So we took out all the bad things from the makeups. So this has no parabens, no phthalates, no talc, and you can spray it, and it really is an amazing product. There's a bronzer, there's a primer, and there's different shades for the actual makeup. And I'll let her go into detail about all those. For the product, this is the sort of regimen I would recommend for people to use in the morning, is to wash your face, put the serum on, put the brightener, and then the HydroShield mask, and then the moisturizing complex, and then Envy. In the evening, cleanse, put the mask on, put the serum, brightener, put the night repair on, and then the essential body renewal. Let's talk a little bit about the RVL hair care line, which is powered by HPT6, Hair Polypeptide Technology 6. It has 3 products. The HPT6 is found in the serum, which is the powerhouse of the product again, and the conditioner. And it's really, like I showed you, is there to support the hair, is organic, it doesn't have any parabens or sulfates or silicone for the hair. This is a very holistic product that we can do. Even the preservative that we have in there is a natural preservative, so we don't even use chemicals to do a preservative in there. So it's a very natural product. The shampoo has a lot of extracts that are good for the hair and to support the hair in terms of the color, in terms of the strength, in terms of the thickness. And what you want to do with the shampoo is really shampoo the scalp as well. You want to put the shampoo onto this, you massage the scalp to clean out the pores so that when we put on the serum, you get a better penetration and you get a better result. The serum is the powerhouse of the hair care line. I recommend it twice a day, morning and night, onto the scalp, 2 to 3 pumps, and rub it in. Make sure you shake the vial before you apply it. And it takes about 3 months or to 6 months to really see a change in the hair, because like I said, it grows very slowly. So you have to be more patient with this. And the conditioner has a lot of extracts as well as the HPT6 to improve the hair. We made it a leave-in conditioner, so you can use it even when you're not showering, because I know some people like to use it in the morning just to style their hair, so you can use it on wet hair or dry hair to condition the hair. And you will see the improvement in the hair very quickly if you use a combination of the three products. And we did a clinical study, just like we did with the skincare line. We did a clinical study that showed that all the people who used the product saw improvements. Almost 80% had improvement in the quality of the hair. They saw that the hair was thicker, that was fuller, and this was in about 4 months. Most of the other studies that were done on the drugs that we had done, that I showed you before, those were done over 2 years to see the results, and only a third of the patients, so 30%, not 70 to 80%, got improvement. So our product already beats those drugs hands down in terms of how it can help the quality of the hair and the volume of the hair. I'm going to show you some pictures of how the hair can improve and how the styling of the hair can improve. And you can see just it looks healthier, it looks shinier, it has a little bit of flow to it, and you can use it, morning and night for 2 to 3 months before you can say it doesn't do anything. Make sure you use it for at least 3 months, because it takes time to see the changes. So, one of the other things that's amazing about our product, like the skin, it can be used on any hair type, any hair color. It can be used on treated hair, colored hair. It can be used in men and women, and that's very unique. So I want to thank all of you for your support, for working together, for making the last 11 years an amazing 11 years, and I hope that coming out of all these challenges that we had this past year, we will grow and we will succeed to even bigger heights together. And if you have any pictures, if you want to send me any comments, please share it with me. You can email me. And I would love to have those pictures and see and hear your stories. Thank you very much.